kind of break out of today. But what I want to talk about today is a little bit something. It's the science of the mind. So now, yeah, I be ranting a lot and stuff like that, but I'm gonna tell you this. I rant because I'm passionate about my nation, which is the Gorilla Stone Nation. I'm passionate about my nationality, which is Aboriginal. So are you. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. And I'm passionate about my people and us coming up. And I'm gonna tell you why, right? It's because you gotta think about this, and this is what I think about a lot. The most fearful people that they can be scared of are those that not only can think past goal, but those that actually are intelligent and, you know, physically, you know, like they feel like physically they can, you know, handle us, whatever, which we all know. If we all decide to uprise, then I don't care how many jails you got. You can't keep us all in that. That's the problem. They do the divide and conquer. Religion is a big tool for them. And as Aboriginal people, we gotta understand that the religion that they gave us is not our religion. And I know that some of our people need something to believe in because they can't believe in themselves. So they gotta believe in a Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, okay, when you look at the Bible, whatever, and I've read it, so even though I don't believe in it, the Old Testament actually told you to stand up. So they don't push the Old Testament, they push the New Testament. To bow down and take whatever happens to you because Jesus died for your sins. So they'll push that Jesus theory because Jesus is the one that was submissive. Jesus was the one that tell you to let your enemies basically just kill you and do whatever you want and follow authority and stuff like that. Whereas in the Old Testament, it's like, what? Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Somebody violates you, kill them. That's the Old Testament. They don't want you to follow the Old Testament. But you know what? The Jews follow the Old Testament. They don't follow the New Testament. You know what I'm saying? They know what time it is. Like, why would you allow your enemies to destroy you? So when you get a bunch of Aboriginal men and women that's on a thinking platform, of course they're going to get other Aboriginal men and women to counter that with fear. So they implement fear. And sometimes I sit back and I ask people, like, we deal with so much hate that we don't even understand our strength. Like, hate is a weakness. It's a weakness. Hate is an inferiority complex. So when someone hates you because of what you know, if someone hates you because of your skin color, if someone hates you because of what you got, it's an inferiority complex because you wish you was that other person. You wish you was the person that you hate. So when you see somebody that don't like you because of what you doing or what you look like, understand that's an inferiority complex. Think about it, right? If you don't like somebody because they have, say for instance, a car or a house, it's because you want it and you don't have it. Because if you had it, you wouldn't worry, you wouldn't care. Because you got something either similar to it or even better. So that's an inferiority complex, something that you got to get over. So we get mad at people that hate us, but when you think about it, they laugh at you because you can hate the Asian, but you want to be like the Asian. You can hate the Caucasian, but you want to be like the Caucasian. You can hate the Latino, but you want to be like a Latino. Silently, some of them might hate you, but they laugh at you because they're not really trying to be with you. What they doing is taking what you got and making a profit off it, where you can't take what they got and make a profit off it because you're too busy hating them. Which to them, they know the truth. That's an inferiority complex. So understand the science of the mind. When you put an image in front of someone and you telling them that you need to hate this person, like, think about it. They put all these images on television and give you a reason to hate them because they know it's still an inferiority. Instead of rising to the greater aspect of your life. So metaphysical. When you study metaphysics, metaphysics tells you that you need to rise above. It doesn't tell you. See, that's the problem. People think the spiritual and the peaceful world means being soft and being accepting of things. You don't be accepting of things. You take it how it comes, because there's a such thing as peaceful warriors. You break that peace, you're gonna find out what breaking the peace really happens to you. And when you start to study and researching and tapping into your inner conscience, then you start to understanding like, yo, you know what? Gorilla stone. Gorillas aren't peaceful if you break their peace. They take care of their lair. Every animal on the planet, you even get a bunch of roaches, and you try to disrupt their peace, they will attack your ass. They will run for a minute, trap them in the corner, they'll trap you. And they don't care what everyone else is doing. They only care what the roaches is doing. The ants only care what the ants is doing. They don't care how everybody else is. They're going to survive. And if you try to attack that queen roach or that queen ant or that queen bee, they will attack your ass. Know what I'm saying? So Aboriginal people understand this one thing. Being peaceful does not mean being soft. Know what I mean? And it's all about mentality. Think. If you portraying to be arrogant and ignorant, they're going to treat you as such. Who doesn't? We do it to each other. When you see a smart Aboriginal man or woman, you're going to treat them as such. But when you see some dumbass rapper type that want to be, and they want to be like that or put themselves out there, how do you treat them? As such. So you gotta think about it like this. They treat you like that because that's what you portray. So everybody blame gangs. Gangs is not the reason why they treat you like that, because gangs and drug dealers is when they say, you know what, stay away from them because they're gonna bring the ruckus. And most gang members and most drug dealers are so smart because we read books. It's you religious people that only read the Bible. If you think about it, I want you to think about this. All y'all that go to college, right? Because I done talked to mad college people too. Oh, I got a master's degree. I got a sociology. I got a doctorate degree. That's all they know is that degree that they gave them. They don't know nothing outside of that. So they feel like they educated. But when you really talk to them, they're not educated, because if you got a doctor's degree in psychology, you can't even think. So when I give you the history of psychology and why I came to be, only thing you're going to give me what they taught you in school and in the books. But I'm going to give you I know the history of that too. Sigmund Freud and all them other clowns that came up with psychology, but the psychology was to tap into the mind in order to control the mind of the people they wanted to enslave. But that's not how you see it. So you think you're a psychologist or whatever the case be, a therapist, whatever, and when you tap into the science behind that, it's not what you think. And that's the problem with everybody. We think that we get into these factions of these type of entities, and we feel like we done made it. You didn't make it. They made sure you made it in order to keep us blinded. And then you got them you got Asians, you got Caucasians, you got everybody saying, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all are bugging. Y'all don't even change the system. Y'all keep the system the same. So what are you in it for? You're actually promoting the same supremacy that actually has them entrapped. So when that Caucasian supremacy is serious. And when Caucasian people is telling you to stop and you still doing it. So do I attack all educated people who came up? No, because we all got to survive. But when you in the game and you get what you need to get and you don't change the game, what are you really in it for? What are you really in it for? And you got like dudes like Brother Polite and all that stuff like that. Like, they get in the game and perpetuate the same bullshit. Mayweather's in the game. Instead of increasing the chances of you got people's attention. Now you can change their mind, but he's so illiterate that he can't even change nobody's perception. He just want to advocate the same bullshit that got us in a fucked up state of mind. So you gotta think about it like you gotta move accordingly. And when these people look at us, say they'll look at somebody like me as a threat. Not because I'm physically strong and I'll box my whole life and I'll shoot you and no, they don't care about none of that. They say, whoa. He's pushing a narrative of healthy eating, self-thinking, and he's self-taught. That's called relying on yourself to be something greater. What they tell you, we don't advocate that. That's when you become a threat. That's when they start kidnapping your kids and saying that you're violent and all that. I told them, how you gonna say that I'm violent, perpetuating violence, when y'all actually gave people smallpox and killed off millions to get where you at, and you still doing it to this day by medication and all that, but you saying that I'm violent. Get out of here. You're only violent to them when you actually going against the system that they tried to incorporate. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think about it like, there gotta be a point where we gotta stand up and wake up and say, you know what, I'm tired of this bullshit. That's why they got rid of Nancy or Nancy or however you want to put his name in American Gods. Because like he said, angry, get shit done. When you get mad, don't you get shit done? But if they keep you at calm and peace, nothing gets done. Because you're what? Content of what's going on. So you're content with the abuse, the mental, the verbal, the physical, the emotional. You're content with that. And Jesus Christ got y'all content with all this abuse. But you don't want to see it because you're so stuck in your ways. And people don't understand, even if you don't believe in the Bible, we were raised on Bible views. So once you unlearn what you learned and was taught, the traditional ways about, we don't want to disrespect our grandmothers and mothers, but they disrespected us by teaching us this slavery train of thought. They taught us how to be slaves. And we don't want to unlearn that shit. Because as soon as we have an uprising as a people, they go right to the Reverend Al Sharpton, the Reverend Deacon and Pastor this and that to calm us down. We don't need to be calmed down. We need to be angry. That's what we need to be. Be a god and be angry, man. I'm about to go in this gym, get it in, get this workout in, because physically, this right now, the physical side that I gotta work on, and then I'm gonna work on the mental side later, and emotional side. So with that being said, I'm going.